Good morning, my people. What are we saying? So, starting off the morning with a green streak. I do this every single morning, guys, and I cannot tell you how much this is an absolute life changer. Hear me out. Back in the day, I'm talking probably literally 7 years ago, 8 years ago, my girlfriend at the time bought a greens drink from a company I'd never heard of. And I didn't even know what it was back then. I was like, what is that? I was like, why don't you just eat vegetables? Do you know what I mean? She never used to eat vegetables, so she bought a greens drink and tried it. And it was the most disgusting thing on the planet. And I thought to myself, I am never drinking that. I am never drinking that. Anyway, obviously now I am sponsored by Ghost. They send me out a nice little package every single month. And the stuff, you guys know, is unbelievable. Greens drink, I'll be honest with you. When I first got greens drink from Ghost, I was like, I'm not a fan. I don't want to drink it. Because of what I was burnt from in the past, right? And obviously these guys do different flavors. So today's flavor, we're talking apple cider, right? Not my favorite flavor, I'll give you that. Lime is my favorite flavor, but apple cider is probably my second favorite. And then it's probably iced tea, and then it's probably the guava berry, and then the original. The original is not my favorite because it's just original flavor. But I cannot tell you how good these greens drinks are for you. There's 10 billion live bacteria in these drinks. And I can tell you now, gut health is one of the most important things when it comes to nutrition. So make sure you get on your greens, people. So every morning, I start my morning off with a greens drink, 1 scoop, and I'll always have 3 tablets of the Glow. So that is my morning. And honestly, it tastes unbelievable. I put more water in it than you need to because I actually like drinking it. It literally tastes like really sweet apple, and then you get the hint of cider. Okay, morning rituals are in the bag. We always have to make sure we have the greens drink before we have anything else past the gullet, all right? I have got some other products I want to show you guys, which is a mad thing. But this video is going to be a full day of eating. I have not done one of these for a little while. I've been bulking now for around, I think 11 or 12 weeks. Might even be a slightly longer. But the mad thing is, I've only been hitting around 3,800 to 4,000 calories, and I'm slowly putting on the mass, but I'm managing to keep some quite good shape, which is really, really important. I think a lot of people, when they start to bulk, is they end up going, right, looking at what other people are doing, and these other people are eating 4,000 or 5,000 calories, 300-400 grams of protein as well. And they're like, I feel like shit, I can't bulk for longer than like 3 weeks. There's no point of going mad with the protein intake. Your protein intake should always stay roughly around the same as what you normally would do, even when you're cutting. Because when you're cutting, your protein needs to be quite high as well, because protein will help you maintain the muscle mass that you already have. So a good rule of thumb is normally to be 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight. However, I do go slightly over that. So I'm trying to hit around 200 to 220 grams of protein. I'm not quite 220 pounds yet. That's the goal. The goal is 220 pounds, 100 kg. But I hit around 220, and that's what we're aiming for today. So carbs wise and fats, I'm not too bothered about just yet. I'm going to see how my day goes because I do mix up my food quite a bit. But for now, we're going to aim for 3,800 calories minimum, 220 grams of protein, and then the carbs and fats will make that up over the course of the day. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Change of plan, people. My boys just rang me and said, right, I want to get a session in. So your boy's going to the gym earlier today. 9:30 I'm going to be training, but I've been up since 6:30, so it's absolutely fine. I can't train early in the morning if I don't get up early enough because I won't feel awake. My body's still asleep. So I'm going to smash in a quick shake right now. The time now is 20 past 8, so I've got an hour, which should be enough time. I'm going to make a mad sort of weight gainer shake. I've been doing this weight gainer shake every morning since my bulk, pretty much. If I don't do it in the morning, I might do it in the evening. I don't like eating early in the morning, guys. I feel borderline sick in the morning, but for me, I need to make sure I get at least 1,000 calories in before 9 o'clock, and that way it makes my bulking journey so much easier, and my digestive system likes it as well, because it doesn't like cramming in loads of food before I go to bed. So I'm going to show you how I make this shake. I make my own shakes. I don't buy weight gainer like shakes from companies because I just don't rate them. There's so much stuff in them. Some of these shakes are like 2,800 calories in a shake. It's like, what is even in that? Do you know what I mean? So I'm making my own, and here's how I do it. And that, my friends, is how you get over 1,000 calories in before 9 o'clock. tastes absolutely beautiful. And because I've only got an hour before I train, it's going to go down quite quickly because obviously it's a drink. I might still have my normal pre-workout snack in the next sort of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but I'm going to see how I feel. But this is literally 1,014 calories, all right? 115 grams of carbs, 33 grams of fat, and 65 grams of protein. So I put all the ingredients on the screen and the amounts that I used. Obviously, you don't have to use those exact numbers. You know, you can make it a lot less if you want. For instance, I had 50 grams of peanut butter, but you could have 20 or 25 grams of peanut butter. I used to be shying away from a lot of fats before because my body just didn't deal well with it. But on this bulk, it seems to be going pretty well, and I've had the same fat sources for the last 12 weeks. It's so simple for me. Obviously, when I'm out, I've just been in Dubai, you guys know that on my last video. So when I'm out and stuff like that, I don't really worry too much about it. I just use it as a way to get more calories in. Hear me out, I don't really feel good after going out and eating all the good, say good food if you like. But I never really crave bad food, people. Like I went to the Cheesecake Factory and I just got chicken, rice and veg. Somehow apparently that was 1,800 calories. I don't know how that was 1,800 calories. It was a big portion, but it's just chicken, rice and veg. They might have cooked it in butter and oils and things like that, but it's absolutely fine. Anyway, this is meal number 1. Right, I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions about what I used. So base layer of the protein shake, right? So look, I used this. I bought this massive tub. Let me zoom out. I bought this massive tub in during my prep because I was obsessed with this stuff. If you guys remember my prep videos, I was obsessed with this PB Fit on a rice cake. For some reason, I just absolutely loved it. I then brought this, I think it's nearly a kilogram, this tub. It's like 800 grams or something, 850 grams, right? And then I haven't touched it really since. Obviously, it's gone down a little bit after prep, but then I just gone off it because I had too much on prep. So anyway, peanut butter powder, fantastic. Peanut butter cereal milk, fantastic. And obviously peanut butter. So I made my shake very peanuttery. You know what I'm saying? The oats that I use, I normally use plain oats, but today I used the other oats which had chocolate in it. So it was like a chocolatey peanut butter shake. It was unbelievable. Go Kieran, to save 20%, you know the drill. Right guys, we're in the gym now. I won't do too much talking because obviously there's loud music and I might get copyright for this. So I'm gonna do a training session right now. I'm gonna film everything for you and I'll include the sets and the reps that I do on every single exercise. We're gonna be doing back, biceps, and I do a little bit of shoulders, something like side raises, ready for tomorrow's shoulder session. So that's what we're doing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the session. At right about now, people, we're 46 minutes into the training session. I'm absolutely baked because I've just done 50 kilos, single arm, bent over rows. It actually felt quite good, to be honest with you. I could probably go a lot heavier today. I might do one more set and go heavier, but at this point, because I didn't have time for my pre-workout bagel and jam, because I just drank the shake quite quickly beforehand, this session with my boy wasn't actually planned, so that's why. I'm actually gonna have a squares bar around 50 minutes into the session. That's gonna give me a little bit of extra carbs. I think these are about, what carbs are these? These are 21 grams of carbs during my workout. That's gonna give me a bit of extra energy to even go heavier, maybe push myself a little bit harder throughout the next sort of half an hour. Let's get it. Right guys, squares bar has been acquired. We're now gonna be doing last set here. I'm gonna go up to 56 kilos. So the form here might be illegal, but let's give it a go. Putting them back is the hardest part of the exercise, to be honest. It wasn't too bad though, I'll take it.
training in the bag, people. That was actually a very good session. We ended up training for 1 hour 45 minutes, but as you can imagine, there was a fair bit of talking going on. So, but overall, a very good session. A lot of resistance was added to the session today. We went a bit heavier on a few things, and that's the way I sort of judge a workout, is how much resistance have I put those muscles or those exact muscle groups that I'm working through over the period of me being in the gym. It's not just doing 3 sets of 12 and moving on and 3 sets of 12 and moving on. It's actually understanding if the muscle's actually taken through all the protocols that you need to in order to build muscle. So, thinking about muscle damage, time under tension, all these types of things. And today's session was exactly that. I'm going to head back now. I'm absolutely starving. I'm going to show you my post-workout meal. Post-workout nutrition, people. We've spoken about this in the past. Now, I've gone for 2 whole bagels and jam. So I didn't measure out the jam because I kind of know roughly what I'm having here. It's normally around 10-15 grams on each bagel. So I'll log that in MyFitnessPal and show you exact calories right now. The thing is about post-workout nutrition, what a lot of people don't seem to take into consideration, it's the same with pre-workout as well. With pre-workout nutrition, first of all, you need to make sure you're feeling good in the gym. So the last thing you're going to want to do before heading to the gym is having a shitload of protein, because if you're having loads of protein from like chicken or steak or things like that, your body takes a lot longer to digest that type of food, especially protein. Protein takes a lot longer to digest than like carbs and fats. So your body's going to be working overtime when you're in the gym, and that's not going to make you feel good. So I would have this exact meal, what I'm having now, pre-workout and post. The reason being, it's super high carb. It's basically all carbs. There's very minimal protein here. And this is going to help spike that insulin level. So I don't know about you, but after a gym session, I feel very drained. Like, my body's knackered right now. I feel a bit spaced out because I've only had 1,000 calories from the shake today. Normally I would have half a bagel, or whole bagel, before I train. But today it was all a bit rushed. I'm having 2 post-workout. Sometimes I'll have 2 pre and 2 post as well, depending on how I'm feeling and depending if it's leg day or not. So post-workout nutrition is super important. This is going to start the recovery process ASAP, and I'm making sure I'm staying hydrated for the rest of the evening now as well. So this is meal number 2. Right, people, it's time for meal number 3. I had to jump on a quick call, and when I say quick call, it normally lasts about 20-30 minutes, and today it lasted nearly an hour. I am going to be eating slightly later than my last meal. So normally what I would do is have my post-workout nutrition pretty much as soon as I get home. So my walk from the gym is 20 minutes. I did stop off at the shop as well to grab a few bits. So you're looking at 30 minutes after my training. What I would do then is wait roughly around an hour, and then I would have my meal after my post-workout nutrition. And this is where I get more protein. So let me show you what I got. So guys, I've actually ran out of meat in my freezer. I've been away for 2 weeks, and James has clearly eaten the rest of it. So I had to go and grab some food from Tesco. So I've got 2% turkey mince, 2% fat. Now, I know I'm bulking. I know I can get away with red meat. I know I can get away with the more fats. However, I do just love plain food, honestly. These sticky rice packs are unbelievable, around 85 grams of carbohydrates, and the sticky rice is amazing. I bought this peri-peri random sauce, I know, but I got this from Tesco's and it is unbelievable. This is going to be meal number 3. Trust me, people, post-workout and pre-workout nutrition is an absolute game changer. If you get it correct, it can change the absolute game. Having good nutrition post-workout is vital for recovery, okay? And that's going to help you recover fully for your next training session. Having proper pre-workout meals is going to set you up to feeling good in the gym. And that's the biggest thing. We all love going to the gym. We all love training. We love picking up some weights and throwing some tin around, right? We're motivated to go to the gym regardless. Well, I am. I know there might be times where it dips. However, if you're feeling shit, if your digestive system's not working, or you haven't got enough fuel in the system, you're not going to perform at the highest level. So pre-workout nutrition is absolutely vital as well. Get these 2 under control and you're going to see your physique absolutely elevate, trust me. Anyway, I'm going to cook this up now. I'm literally going to have mince, rice, and some sauce. I'll show you when it's done. And that, my friends, is meal number 3. So we have in this bowl 260 grams of white rice. We have 200 grams of the mince. We have 1 egg, and we have 20 grams of cheese. And then I didn't even track the sauce because that sauce for some reason has not got a lot in it. It's random, which is pretty good. But I did track the oil. I tracked 20 mils of olive oil because it's about 160 calories. So I want to make sure I get that in. That's another thing as well. If you're bulking, you know, add oils and things to your dishes because it makes up a lot of calories. So as I said before, I like to eat plain food and lean food still when I'm bulking. Now I could have gone for the red meat or the higher fat meat. But instead what I've done is I've added olive oil and I've added an egg for fats. And I prefer to do that sometimes. So this meal is still going to be 37.5 grams of fat, 83 grams of carbs and 68 grams of protein. So I've still got 200 grams of mince left for another meal. I might just eat it on its own because that way it's just getting the protein up with nothing else because I'm going to have the carbs and that later on. So another tip, right, from what I do after training. Let the central nervous system just die down a little bit. Let it set a little bit before you start eating loads of food like, you know, protein, high protein foods, because it's really hard to digest those foods, especially when the central nervous system's not settled down enough. And also make sure you're weighing out your meat. I know that packet said 250 grams of meat, but once I cooked it, it was a total of 400, 200 in each. So make sure you do it properly. So that is meal number 3, people, 938 calories. Let's get it in the bag. Right, we're back in the mix, people. I want to show you this quickly before I get going. So I need to have dinner and I need to have my last meal of the day. So I've got dinner and then I've got the last meal, which I call as a snack. But I want to quickly show you this delivery that I got from Go. So this dropped whilst I was out in Dubai. I have tried this flavour already though, because I done the promotional video or the promotion shots for this in London. Guys, check out this. Cinnabon. If you guys haven't had a Cinnabon, go and get one. You can't get them in London. You used to be able to, but you can't anymore. They weren't like proper Cinnabon anyway, but these are an American thing and you get them over in Dubai and they are unbelievable. I'm telling you now, if you've had a Cinnabon and you get a Cinnabon, the whey protein, the whey flavour, sorry, the whey one, not the vegan one, tastes exactly the same as the icing of the Cinnabon, and I find that the vegan one tastes more like the actual pastry of the Cinnabon. Honestly, guys, it's one of my favourite collabs because sometimes some of the flamboyant collabs are a bit much and I'm not all about that, whereas this tastes super nice. If you can, go and quickly grab yourself one because they're going to go quite quickly. They're like the Oreo collabs I did before. They're around to stay, so go and grab yourself though before they all run out of stock. Code Kieran saves you 20%. Second to last meal is going in. So I was gonna have the extra 200 grams of mince that I made earlier. However, what I've done is I've tracked this meal and my last meal together, and it turns out I don't need any more protein. So I've left the mince in the fridge. I'll probably mix that with rice and have that tomorrow. So I'm actually having 90 grams of Nesquik with 300 mils of milk, and then I'll have one more meal before I go to bed, which is a high protein meal again, but it's more of a snack. I don't feel super hungry in the evenings, it's random. I was speaking to my client earlier about this. Normally a lot of people are more hungrier come 7, 8 o'clock. I'm actually not, and I'd rather get food that digests quite well, so that when I'm going to bed, I'm not up all night with digesting, you know, working overtime. So, bowl of cereal going in, and then I'll speak to you guys at the next meal. I have got an ice bath on the balcony, but today we're not doing an ice bath. I'm going to do a nice warm, or a nice hot bath in fact. Recovery, people. Recovery is important. There are so many things that you probably need to work on outside of the gym. You know, there's so many things that I could teach you guys. In fact, I'm going to do a whole video on this. I've got 10 top tips that you need to work on before you even join the gym. This doesn't obviously appeal to everyone, but even the people that are in the gym training hard, there's so many things that you can work on outside the gym that will actually help your training and benefit your physique overall. So let me know if you in the comment section below if you want to see that video, because it will be a good one, trust me. Second to last meal of the day, people. I think this is meal 5. Yeah, meal 5. So we have 2 blueberry protein yogurts, 100 grams of blueberries, 80 grams of this I actually just buy this tropical fruit granola. The reason I buy that is because I actually really like raisins and yogurt together. It is a vibe, trust me. So I've got 80 grams of that. I've then got 10 grams of Lotus Biscoff topping sauce, and then just frozen raspberries. If you saw me at the start, what I was doing was like smashing up the frozen raspberries and putting it through the yogurt, and then it obviously like freezes the yogurt, so then you've got like a froyo. So this is the second to last meal of the day. It's actually 771 calories in that. This is going down the hatch. I'll see you for the last meal of the day. Last thing that's going past my lips tonight, people, is 1 scoop of the Ghost Cinnabon flavour. I've scanned this and it's come up at 120 calories, but when you scan it, it just comes up as Ghost protein powder, the Ghost whey protein, and it comes up as Ghost cereal milk flavour, which is not the right amount of calories, but it's only by 10 calories, so it's really not worth worrying about. Anyway, last meal of today, total calories and macros for today are 3,854. We've had 240 grams of protein, so slightly over. So technically, I don't actually need this protein shake, but I'm going to have it anyway because I want it. 94 grams of fats and 500 grams of carbs. That is what a typical day looks like for me at the minute on this bulk. And if you notice, because I didn't have any meat for dinner, my last 3 meals have been very easy to digest. So this is obviously super easy to digest. It's liquid, rather than having like a massive meat meal right now. And obviously we had the cereal and then we had the yogurt. So all those things are super easy to digest, which means I should be getting a good night's sleep tonight. That is going to wrap up the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I shall see you guys